Yes. Okay. So once we do this, we're gonna spray the tops of the feet. Once we spray the tops of the feet, you're fine. I'm gonna spray between the toes on both feet. Okay. And then I'm gonna have you lift your foot up. And I'm gonna spray the bottom as well. Sorry, it's so cold. I'm just gonna rub it in. Just got a little bit.
The one that's all in one in the cabinet.
The Unity gel.
Huh?
I know they were talking about the gels.
Oh.
All right, so once I finish, you also can go up. So what about the hair did I say you guys have to be mindful of?
Making sure they didn't shave.
Shaved or wax. What's our time frame?
24 hours.
24 is your definitive minimum, okay? But you can ask if it's been in the last 24 to 48 hours, okay? That's usually my definitive rule of thumb, no matter what. So once we do this, I'm gonna go ahead and sanitize just a little bit. I'm just rubbing it in, okay? And then I'm doing what?
Checking for sibs.
Checking for sibs. Why is this important to do before you put them in water?
Because you don't want to get it infected.
Yep, you don't want to, you're checking for infection. You don't want to cause any other harm. I'm going to get this off. I'm just going to nip it so it doesn't break your seal. And what else? Prevention of spreading the infection, and what else are we looking for?
Fungus?
Fungus, that is also something that is infection. But I would, if she had fungus, at this point, would I have contaminated the surface?
Everything.
No.
Yeah.
Everything's contaminated. She's gotta clean everything.
Oh.
But the towels.
Towels, surfaces, they still have to get laundered.
Yeah.
But if I didn't know, but I see symptoms, technically we can't be like, oh, you have fungal infection. It's a possibility. Okay? So what does that mean? We have to make sure we're doing very thoroughly, no matter what.
Clean and disinfecting.
Clean, disinfect everything. So this shouldn't go anywhere else but straight to the laundry so that you can sanitize all the surfaces and make sure that you're doing adequate contact time.
So what would you say
So,
If you saw it at this point.
Yeah, if you did see it. At
So
this point,
if you
what would
saw
say to your
this,
client?
typically at like in here or outside of here is really the question.
That's
Because
right,
in
outside
here,
here.
The client will-
If here we get the
in
instructor,
here,
right?
yes, you're gonna get the instructor if there's anything that's questionable. So that way we can pretty much apologize and just let them know that unfortunately we've observed. Because all your guidelines, all you can say is unfortunately I've observed an unhealthy condition. Hi.
Hello. You look nice. You look very nice.
Do you need me? Or are you just popping in?
How was your dinner? Good. Any little girls day?
I like her heels. Those are cute. They're whimsical.
Did you need me? Okay. Do you have just visiting?
She comes to see us.
Of course. So do you have the other progress reports? Did she give you any or no? No? Okay. I'll let her know then. Because I'm missing some. So that's all that your that's all that your guidelines are, is that you've observed in the healthy condition.
So when it's outside, like if you were in a salon, you would just be like, I've observed that there may be.
Yeah, so unfortunately, I observed a healthy condition. And usually what I do is just circle it back around like, hey, especially if there's nothing wrong with their nails, hey, so you see how this nail is? This is essentially what I'm looking for. And this is optimal healthy nail. That's not to say that because you can't diagnose them.
Right.
So you have to stay in your parameters. So this is what it should look like, because they're going to start asking you, well, what does that mean? Do you think it's fungus? Well, do you think it's this? You can never confirm that. See, unfortunately, that's outside of my scope of practice. All you can do is apologize for it. So it's outside of my scope of practice. I definitely would firmly recommend that you see a physician, because it's for their own safety. It's to make sure that it's safe, not only for, because your realm is to make sure that all of your clients are safe and that you are also safe. Because it goes up another tier. There's a different level of disinfection. There's a different level of sanitation when it comes down to knowing that you're in contact specifically with those contaminants. If it's the definitive, especially if they're confirmed, they've seen a physician and physician has already been like, no, you have fungal infection, then that's a hard no. Because they're aware of it. It's just, they're still going to come. But you have to be mindful too, because y'all are just going to be regular nail technicians. Y'all are not advanced. Y'all are not medical. You guys do not have the necessary equipment that you would need to even deal with that. Okay? No. There's certain basics of a realm, yes, but y'all don't use autoclave. So you have to be sure.
Suggest you see a physician.
Yeah, you're just going to firmly suggest for their own safety to ensure that you don't do anything that's going to cause any more damage or health, because they have to understand at the end of the day, your decision to do that puts your business at risk. It's your insurance will go up, because now you're going to have a claim if they decide to sue you or somebody else gets sick. It is a lot of liabilities for you to take just on the decision of, I'm going to do it. I'm gonna do it because you're pressuring me so much that you want me to do it. Does that make sense? So at the end of the day, those have to be your parameters and your hard lines. It's a conversation, and everybody doesn't have to be your client. They can go down the street and get a salon, but they probably picked it up from the salon, to be quite frank with you, or their own care habits, their own hygiene habits. Sometimes it can be that it can be somebody else in the house that they're picking it up from, that they're just going behind using the same tools, using the same showers, using the same mats that they can pick up stuff.
One time I had
Because
a nail.
if you have somebody who's been infected, got healthy, and then goes away and then comes back because they're, oh, I'm healthy, I'm fine now. If they're getting it again, then they're probably picking it from the same common areas. Yes, college areas is super common too. Like it only takes this one person to go back,
Athletes.
right back. What were you gonna say, Kimberly?
Oh, one time I broke a nail and I didn't get it repaired immediately, and so water was getting trapped underneath the nail, and then that caused the fungus to grow. It was very painful.
It sounds
I
like
lost the
moisture.
nail in the long run, and then when I went to the hospital, they didn't do anything but give me Tylenol. So
They're gonna give you pain medicine, and they're
Yeah.
gonna give you something to treat it, because it just depends on what it is.
Well, you
When it
bounce
comes
back.
down to that, it's
no, it was
specialties.
this one.
So would it be
It's
an
specialties.
antibiotic?
If it's
It was like at least a
bacterial,
year ago though. So
if it's fungal, then it's going to be different, okay? Because that's a virus. So it is attacking its host, which is, okay? So you need something. You have to treat both. That is why a lot of the over-the-counter really doesn't work. You have to get internal medications to help fight off of the infections, from inside out. You also can get topicals where there's things that they're massaging in and things like that. But the safest thing for you to do is do the reduction. That is why there's medical nail technicians. Because if you go to a doctor's office, they're still going to chop it off. They're going to chop it off because the nail is infected, okay? They're going to remove that if they don't remove the whole nail, depending on how bad it is. But they're not going to make it pretty. It's just going to be an ugly process until you get done through that, because you want it thin enough so that if you have all that bulk and it's just fungus, if you think about it from a nail perspective, let's say all of this is fungus and I'm putting topical on this, is it really getting to the root of the problem? No. We got to remove all that because I actually want to treat the source, okay? But it's going to make the nail texture, it's going to make the nail uneven, it's going to be yellow, it's going to be thick, it's going to be bulky.
Try again.
Okay.
Try
I
again.
have a picture. to show
Why don't you get a piece of
Okay.
paper, Charles, and write
So,
down what you're missing?
Those things are very important because that's something that you have to halt.
Right,
At
get
the
you
end of
some
the day,
paper.
it's care. It's care. First and foremost, no matter what. It's level of care for you, safety for your client, because that can get bad. What if they have other underlying health conditions that are making it worse?
Right.
Okay? All of those things are things people don't even, like a lot of people, oh, their feet sweat. Okay, if you have a condition, your feet are always sweaty, you always have to be in socks, what's going to happen?
It's like a breeding ground.
Moisture. It's a breeding ground. Okay, so now if I'm keeping the nails too long, or my nails split and I'm keeping it on, or keeping acrylic on my toes, that's why I stay with enhancements on the feet. It's every single time you take off. It's enhancement on the toes. It's not just acrylic, it's any enhancement. Acrylic is just hard. Acrylic is the hardest of them all. So if you think about it in bending in shoes, or you're a runner, you're going like this in your shoe. No flexibility. You're going to tear them. There's going to be naturally lifting because of all that impact.
Does builder gel, is it flexible?
Builder gel has more give. It's more, when you hit it hard enough, it's just going to snap. It's not going to hold up. It's not going to give you that resistance like acrylic.
Okay.
So there are other gels. There are gels similar to polygels that are softer than a polygel that is soak offable. Okay, polygels typically are E-file all the way out. So there are things for feet that's just not the best thing for feet, and typically is cosmetic. Okay, so those are things that you add in additionally, but those are all things that we pay attention to. So once we finish this part, we've checked for sibs, we've inspected the bottom of the feet. Yes.
Can we just, before we get into the
Yeah,
meat,
yeah.
can we go over the stuff that we need on the table that is different from a regular? I have the
Yeah,
steam
we'll do
foam.
that once I get her in the water.
Okay.
Yeah, I gotcha. Because I was like, we're gonna have to sit here for 5 minutes. I'm gonna let her sit in there for a little bit,
I'm just like, I
so
need
that
my
way her skin will get
ingredients
warm.
before the recipe, you know?
You're good. So 2 wood sticks, pumice stone, your 3 spatulas, lint free, buffer and toe separators.
So 3 spatulas.
2 file, 2 wood sticks, cornerstone.
Buffer, 4 lint free, toe separators, last wood stick. You're gonna want your water on the hotter side because you are gonna have to do a lot of removal. So you're gonna make sure that it's hot as possible.
And this is on the table, up under the napkin.
Underneath the paper towel. In your implement box, you really only need the basics. I just have other tools just in case you need them. So typically in your box, your clean box, there should be 2 nylon nail brushes, toenail clippers, cuticle nippers, cleanup brush, and dap and dish.
Nylon brushes.
2 nylon nail brushes, toenail clippers, cuticle nippers, cleanup brush, dap and dish. Okay. For your portion cup, in order, I'm gonna let y'all finish.
Oh gosh.
You know when you're trying to write fast, your hand cramps up. This is for the next one.
Charles, did you review your submission? The where it tells you why it's wrong?
That's why I told him give him a piece of paper and
You just need to write them down.
At least the wrong answers.
I would write the whole statement and then underline what the right answer was.
Alrighty.
We're at cups.
So those are all things you kind of pay attention to. All you can do, like I said, is nicely refuse. Woo! She dropped the ladder on it. It looks like it's completely separate. It looks like her nail. Alrighty. So you can go ahead and sign. I just want your skin to get soft while we're talking about those things. So portion cups, okay? The correct order. First one is pedicure soak, solvent, callus remover, scrub, mask, oil. Okay.
Pedi soap, solvent, callus remover.
Scrub, mask, oil. Okay. So you leave them in the water still 5 minutes. Okay. Even though I'm doing skin services, she doesn't necessarily have thick callus, but she does have a few fissures. Small, faint depressions. So I do want those to get soft so that way I can exfoliate and still do callus treatment on it to give her the best reduction possible with a wet pedicure. Now, optimally, beyond that, I personally would prefer to do dry for fissures because you can use your e-file, you really can get them taken down, you can do better reduction and get them smoother at the end. But this is what we're doing, right? So we have to make it work and worth our while if we're going to do this route. Okay, so that means I need to get her soft enough to even be able to do that. Okay.
Is that solvent? What's after that?
Solvent, callus
Oh,
remover,
callus remover. Okay.
scrub, mask, oil.
Okay.
Alrighty. So you're fine. I'm gonna leave you in for a little bit longer. Okay. So aside from that, in your drawer, I had 4 sets of gloves total. Okay. 1 was on my seat. Okay. 1 was on my seat. 3 in the drawer. Okay. Now, when you do scrub, sometimes if you're exfoliating really like firmly, those granules will cut your gloves. So sometimes you will need to change. That's one, just in case that does happen. If it doesn't, you keep using them till you get done with mask. Once you get done with mask, you'll change those so you can disinfect your bowl. When you get done disinfecting your bowl, you'll have to switch again. Okay? So your changes, okay? Scrub if needed.
Wait, I'm trying to look for the number we're scrubbing.
Scrub.
Is it
You'll
after-
change if needed
Is it after you rinse the scrub or after you apply the scrub?
after you rinse the scrub.
Okay.
23.
Thank you.
Scrub.
After you rinse the scrub, you said?
Yes, we're gonna have to rinse it. Okay? That's only if needed. After mask, you will definitively change your gloves.
Okay.
So when you get done with mask, that's when we get rid of water. So you'll technically on the clinic floor be popping and draining, so you don't necessarily have to change it until you get rid of your water. Okay?
Uh-huh.
So after disposing of your water is when you would change gloves.
Okay.
Okay? Dump the water, get the bag, take the gloves off. Okay? Once you finish, you'll clean and disinfect that bowl. After clean and disinfect, you need to change your gloves again because you're going to be in contact with disinfectant. Okay? Everything after that in your surface is considered clean, so you don't have to. It should be when you get rid of water. Let me see yours, Maya.
After apply mask.
Yep, so where it says apply mask, leave covered, yep,
And then clean pedicure
Yep.
and all that.
So you
26.
change your
After,
gloves twice.
so you'll just change it after, yep,
24,
after scrub, so 23,
26,
and then 26.
But I thought it was
23 and 26.
After you rinse.
Yeah.
Yes, sorry.
Okay.
24.
So 24, 26, and 28, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
and
24, 26,
Right
and
after the mask.
28.
Yeah, after the mask.
After mask.
So that's
Okay.
28.
So after you rinse, so number 24.
Uh-huh.
26.
After you
28.
clean your bowl,
Okay.
26. And
28, right before you nip.
your mask
28.
is 25. So when I was telling you after you apply your mask, you're getting rid of your gloves here. So you're disposing of your gloves at 25. It's gonna make sense when we do it. At 25, you're disposing and changing.
So not at 26. At 26 too then.
26 technically is when you're doing
So the
this.
swap is here.
Yes, it's literally happening in between.
It's,
I'm gonna
okay,
do
I get
it.
what you're
Y'all
saying.
figure out which way you want to notate it.
Okay.
But
It
it
makes
is
sense.
happening between the two because I have to get rid of the liner.
Yeah.
So does that make sense? So when I dump the bowl, I'm gonna get the liner with those dirty gloves, throw that away where I'm changing. Does that make sense?
It does.
Let me see that after you're done.
Because it makes more sense
Right.
as I'm doing it. But I'm like between 25 and 26, they're both applicable at that stage. You're doing it technically before. So really, I would say probably 25. At the end of 25,
Like
you
that.
remove gloves. Yes, and then go into your bowl. Yeah.
But wouldn't
this,
you have to
you're
wear
gonna clean.
gloves to clean the
Yeah.
pedicure bowl?
Yes, so you're changing them because
Those
your
are the
gloves are
gloves
going to be
that already
mask
on.
covered with mask.
Oh, so we don't have to change it again
No, after
No.
you no, not
It's
after you
the
clean.
after
Clean it.
cleaning the thing.
It's to clean it.
You change once before you clean and once after you clean.
Yes.
Right.
Because your gloves will all have scrub on them, so you don't want to get the scrub all
Mask.
over the bowl and mask on them. So you don't want to get that all over the bowl as you're cleaning. So you once before you clean, once after you clean.
No, you had it right. 24, 25, and 26.
It was right.
Mm-hmm.
We changed gloves 3 times.
Yes.
Okay.
What's our time?
Because scrub is really just if. You're not always going to puncture. It really just depends on how aggressive. If you have someone who has a lot of dead skin, you're probably going to apply more pressure. But if you still have someone who has soft, dainty feet, you really don't need to put much pressure at all.
Like me.
Because it's going to be different.
No, I'm playing.
It's going to be different every client. Yeah. So that is why I said that one is really just if you need to. It's not
Oh,
going to
it
be
is
an
3
absolute.
times.
Okay.
I said 24, 25, and 26.
It
So
is.
when you
Yeah.
transition, okay, and their feet are coming out, so I'm gonna go ahead and have you take your feet out. What's the
Okay.
first thing that you have to do?
Dry them off a little.
Pat dry. Both feet should come out always together. Okay. So once I finish this, we do what first?
File.
Say a prayer.
Before we file, technically, what should we do?
Oh,
Clip nails.
Clip. Okay. So when you get ready, I'm just gonna mimic so we do it correctly. Okay. So you're gonna take your clippers out. Okay. And technically, before I put her in the water, we just aren't actually removing polish. I should have removed her polish prior to water as
Right.
well.
Big toes
Okay.
first.
So big toes first for polish removal, and then pinky in. We just didn't go over that. Okay. So once you finish, you cut all 10. Once we cut all 10, what do we do with these?
You discard it to be clean.
Get your toenail clippings. You want to catch those, put that in your trash, and then put these in the to be clean. You can do it either way as long as they both make it where it's supposed to go.
Do you need to sanitize your? Oh, yep.
Yep. After you hit the trash. Anytime we touch trash, we sanitize. Okay. So once we get to that point, what do we do?
File.
File. Okay. So I am gonna file just a little bit, but because these are brand new, what I want to make sure I do?
Oh yeah.
Etch them.
Etch them.
And I'll just take them and etch them against one another. We don't really need it, but it's gonna be contaminated no matter what. Okay. So I'm just gonna take this. You see right here underneath. We're just gonna file just the edge of this. I don't want to break the seal of the gel. I'm probably gonna end up nipping a little bit of that too, just to make sure that we don't. But I don't
So
want
what
that
are
to
you
come out.
doing right now?
I'm just filing underneath. She has a little bit that went to the edge, probably from capping, but it's separating. So I don't want it to keep separating
lift up.
because then it's gonna lift. Yeah,
Okay.
it'll cause it to chip and lift. I'm not really trying to hit the file. I'm more so underneath.
Like,
What's
flick,
on it?
like how you flicked it to get the.
Can you
Just
talk
very
about more
gently.
about what you're doing? So is it the hyponychium or something?
I'm
or-
not filing the hyponychium. It looks, some of them are kind of close to your hyponychium, but it looks like it probably just went down or spilled down a little bit. This one,
The polish?
yes.
That's what
Oh.
that's what she's picking.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna nip that one because I don't want to. If I keep pulling it, it's gonna separate and come off your nails, which I don't want. Because gel will not adhere well to skin. So if it is a little bit to your hyponychium, that is gonna happen. I'm just filing a little bit of spillage. I'm not actually fully filing. You guys can come closer.
No,
She wants to
Nikki,
come
close. I want to be
closer.
near them feet.
I want to see the mascara.
Wants to be up in it.
So all I'm doing right now is So if it's over 5, Charles, you have to give me a few minutes and I'll reopen it for you. Because it's not going to let you take
Get
it.
you a piece of paper and write that stuff down.
Alright, so you see where there's a little bit of spillage on the skin? All I'm doing is going back and filing that gently. If you see this before you put your top coat on, go back in and fix it first. Okay? You can use your drill, you can use your e-file to clean this up. That's a better choice
The
at this
e-file?
point. But yes, you guys just haven't gotten to that yet. Like this, just to make sure there's no lifting. Like, there's a little bit in sidewalls. I'm gonna clear that. Like this. This too. So just a little bit. It's not bad. It's just some little small pieces. But I know y'all were rushing towards the tail end. So those are just things
we
that you
were.
want to pay attention to ensure that there's no lifting.
So, okay, you see my finger right here? What if they have this on their toe? Can you clip that?
Where?
Like where the skin is
Yes,
broken?
that is detaching. That just means that it's a
Let me
little
see.
too far back, meaning it went into the epinicium. Just a little.
Gotcha.
So if that ever separates, especially because we use a lot of things that dehydrate us so much, then it will split like that. Okay?
But it's okay to clip them.
Yes,
Because
as long as it's
technically-
detached.
Gotcha.
Yes, you're just clipping to the seal. So once I finish filing out, till we break that, throw that away, and then it is time to do what?
Treat epinicium.
Yep. So I'm gonna treat the epinicium. I'm not gonna do much. I am gonna put a little bit in your sidewalls because there's just the hair. So we're just not gonna put it on all 5. But when I first put this on, how am I supposed to apply this?
Circular motions.
You go up and then.
Smaller piece of cotton. Yep. Place on all 5 on the first foot. All 5. Allow it to sit so that it can actually process. And then I go back and do what?
Neutralize.
Circular
Not quite
motion.
yet.
Oh.
Push back and do your circular motion so that it can break away. This is going to allow it to process because it's an acid, right? We want it to remove the dead skin. And put this here. That's a gigantic piece of cotton. Okay. So the reason why I'm putting this in her sidewalls is because she has what? What did I say she had?
Polish.
A curved nail.
For curved nail, she's got a little bit of debris in her sidewall. So I'm just kind of using this to make sure that I treat it and get it up and off. There's not much on that side. This one, she's got a little bit on as well. So I'm just placing that so that way it can actually break down on both sides.
I mean,
A little bit. You see the edges? She's got just a little bit because of the curvature of her nail plate. But I'm not doing a lot. I'm just going in to treat that. And now I'm only using one because I'm only going to use the one. Okay? Once I finish that, technically it's 1 wood stick per foot. Okay? It's just going to be wasteful.
And you're supposed to use that same stick to go up underneath too?
Yes, I'm just going to use the other one.
No, I was just asking to make sure.
Yeah. 1 per foot. We don't really need this, but once you get ready to clean the hyponychium, because I only really treated her sidewalls, we didn't treat all of her cuticle tissue. So I'm going to go, why am I trying to put this on here? Crazy. All right. So once you do this, I'm going to have you scoot up just a little bit. Yep. And I'm gently going to clean underneath just because she's been in the water. And this is also going to help me with any spillage of gel that may be all along that free edge as well because it's going to come up. So I gently want to clean. And because we can't see, we have to be very mindful of what?
The hyponychium.
Yep. If it's deep or shallow underneath the free edge of the nail, we have to be very gentle.
That's a good one.
Okay? In order to ensure that we don't cause any trauma, any damage, or any discomfort to your client. Okay? Now here, remember I said her sides. So I'm just going to take the wood stick and gently clean out the sidewalls from where I put products already. Ooh.
It's not the toes, it's the cleaning.
So excited.
I love it
Yeah.
to be clean.
I love seeing her do it. I just be looking. I can't like.
Not the worst part.
It's the worst part for me too. Now I like watching it, but doing it myself, it drives me nuts.
So like this is what I was talking about. You see how there's a little bit of spillage from the gel? You want to ensure that it's sealed. So I'm gonna have to go back. I'm gonna nip just some of that.
Are you
Is
gonna
this
have to go
stuff?
back over with another clear coat, or
I'm probably gonna have to do
Okay.
some top coat on her because it's gonna make it separate.
that's
Like
what I was
this.
thinking. If it separates, you're gonna have to.
Because it's
press everything
attaching, it attached to her debris.
in. Gotcha.
So if that, sometimes that will happen. You want to make sure that it doesn't happen. Because that can cause it to come up.
Are we doing a soft pedicure tomorrow? I just need to prepare
Yes.
myself for this.
Yes. Not prepare myself for this.
For real.
It's
No.
not that bad.
Depending on how much time we have left, I might remove my gel tomorrow. Or remove my nail gel.
Yeah.
tomorrow instead of today, depending on when we get done with this.
Well, you don't have to.
Not my toes, just my
Alright.
nails.
So this one's done.
It's not for you.
I'm gonna use the other side of the stick for the other foot.
Yeah, but you can see
I know I'm being bad right now. This is not the correct
I
process.
mean, yeah, but your free edge is really nice. Like, I feel like that's where I'm lacking my free edge.
Got you.
What shaping?
Oh, we was looking because I was like, mine's growing out, so I'm ready to take them out because it's getting caught in here when I was doing hair.
Oh.
It's getting caught up under the gel. Which means it's
That's
time
what
for that to
happens
come
right
out.
there, like. You see it?
See, and that too.
Alright.
So like,
So once you finish, you
That's
can go
where
ahead and
my
put this one
hand
in.
gets caught
Kimberly.
in
I had a couple that
And
went
then
up
the same
underneath.
thing, my thumbs. It's
So
like,
you see there's a
ooh,
I
little
wanted to
bit.
go, I wanted to
Yep,
take it off
just
because I
a
don't
little
want it
bit.
to break the nail, and now the nail's not going straight across anymore. If it breaks up
You
everything,
have to let
yeah,
go
girl,
as
save
well.
your nails.
trying. Because I felt it when I was
Don't be
doing hair.
like me, because now it's starting to look like.
Right.
What is
Once I feel
that?
like the
A
gel is
coffin?
separated from the nail, they gotta come off.
Yeah, it's starting to cough now.
Well, this
Cause you
is
see where
just
this
gonna
one-
clean inside
This
the
one
nose.
broke off.
Does this hurt right here? Kimberly?
No.
You think that's why?
Because
Okay.
it breaks off.
I need to file that because it's like a little sharp
Easily, so they end
corner.
up doing this around instead.
You feel that where I'm hitting
I can
it?
feel it, but it doesn't hurt.
Okay. I'm just gonna smooth it out.
He ended up doing around.
And then file it
But
even.
I don't like round, I like square.
Mhm. Builder gel. That's why I can't wait to get a builder gel, because that'll make your nails tougher than the gel. The gel is still flexible enough for your nail to break.
It's just hard to maintain the square.
Right. That's why I said
Square is gonna get beat up all the time. You're always constantly gonna be picking at it because all it takes, all you gotta do is use your hands. It's
Yeah,
gonna
our
go down
corners
every time.
always-
And the corner
All
is
right,
always
you can put
break.
that one in. You're good. All right, once you finish, you're gonna get rid of your solvent. We finished.
Yeah.
So once you finish, we neutralize both. Okay, so both are already in there. Next step is what? Exfoliate. So Kimberly, I'm gonna have you take your first foot out. Okay, leave them wet. Just pat dry, just a little. Okay, so that you can still get. Yep. So you see, this is what I was talking about. You see how she has a little bit of a fissure.
okay,
Yep.
gotcha.
It's just one little indentation. So I'm gonna have you lift your foot. Okay. I'm just gonna support. Which direction do we use our pumice in? Are you
That
typically
direction of the
growth?
groove
No, I don't think so.
Growth.
of the lines in the feet.
So use firm pressure.
Oh.
I'm just going around where I see that she has a little bit. Okay, so when you see here, I'm just trying to get out the way so you guys can see. You see how this is not coming off, but it's already separated? I'm gonna let you rest too. So I'm gonna go the opposite direction
To try to like cut it off. on
so
both
that it'll
ends.
come off, yes. And then I actually can smooth. And you're gonna see as I do that, I'm gonna come back and smooth it off. Okay, so you see how this starts getting dead skin in it? If you see that that happens or you see that you need to, go change direction so that you can actually use the pumice. Once it's all clogged up with dead skin, it's not gonna be any use for you. It's not actually gonna remove anything. So once I get this thinned out, we're also gonna treat it with some callus treatment because it is still dead what? Skin. So even though callus treatment is to remove, it also is very beneficial for clients who have dead skin. I'm just coming down her sides. There's just a little bit. It's not much at all. But I'm still going one direction. Okay, majority of the rest of this is already gone. If we had a client who needed to use another pumice stone, can we?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So this, I'm gonna do a little bit. I'm gonna wet the edge of this one because this side is not doing anything. Be careful with these two. We just changed brands like pumice stone. These are a little bit more flexible than the other ones. So if you use too much pressure, you will pop them in half. That's what I feel it bending in between my hands. So just be careful. Kimberly, you okay, right?
I'm good.
Okay, one of you guys grab another pumice stone for me. I'm just trying to get these little pieces that are
Yeah, it's fine. It's enough distance.
Oh, things nodding.
It's okay. I was just smoothing out. Really, I was focusing on the area where she actually had the dead skin that was hanging off. Because we already wet her, I can't go back in with the e-file right now. Her skin is too soft. Okay? So I'm just hitting all the rest of the areas where she does have some dead skin. Okay?
It's interesting how different people have such different like callus placement.
Because it's based off of how you walk, where you have the most friction. Callus is just repetitive pressure. So if she didn't have any pressure points in those areas, it wouldn't be affected.
So right here?
Yep. So she has a couple more pieces of dead skin. If you see that they're kind of hanging right here, I'm just blending them out a little bit more before we actually go, because it is peeling up some, before we go into actual callus treatment, and then I'm going to treat this area. So the reason why you do pumice stone first is so that you can get everything that is dead off first, is treating the source again. Remember, you can't do anything if we have all that built up on top. You're not actually doing anything that's going to give them better reduction.
So it's pumice, then callus remover.
Always going to exfoliate all the dead skin off.
Okay.
Yeah, pumice, then callus remover.
Do you use the pumice to remove the callus remover, or does it just wash away?
No, a lot of times you will see people will put callus treatment on the pumice stone, but the callus remover should not be on healthy skin. Okay,
See, I thought
it's a treatment. Okay, go ahead and put that one in the water.
Wait, you said that it
You know how they
shouldn't be
squeeze? They
on
put the product
healthy
on?
skin?
No, it should be on
No,
the pumice.
callus remover should not be on the pumice stone. It should only be
Oh, right.
treated
They squeeze
on
it
the skin.
stone in the soil.
Sometimes
Then
they will
that's
put it on the stone,
After,
but you don't. No, you just want to exfoliate the dead skin.
Yeah,
The
first.
balls in your feet are so smooth. There's like no callus on the middle.
So, because you shouldn't put the callus remover on dead skin, right?
It is only for dead skin,
You're not supposed to put it on the pumice.
healthy skin.
Oh,
Because when you do the pumice, most of the time they do what? Whole
I
foot.
did those feet before.
Okay,
right.
so you have to be mindful of that. So
Wait,
I'm
so
just
you
doing
do the pumice and then the callus?
pumice. Yes, you exfoliate all the dead skin off the
Yeah,
surface of the
take
foot
notes.
first.
Right,
She don't like.
It's number 19. It says apply callus remover right after pumice.
right, that's right.
No, we were just discussing that sometimes it happens the other way around, or they put it on here
That's
and
what
then
I'm saying.
scrub.
Yeah,
And
and
this
see,
So
one
we were
that doesn't-
discussing that.
And that doesn't make any sense.
Well, they're not supposed to.
Well, that don't even make sense.
They're being lazy.
When you
That's what
understand
it
what the
sounds
products are
like.
for, it'll make sense. So here, just a little bit.
Oh, I meant, it doesn't make sense that they do it like that.
Put it on the
I'm gonna
stone.
exfoliate
So.
just a little
Yeah.
bit. That's okay. So be careful. These are pretty coarse too. So
'Cause
just
it's
be
not
very
even
gentle when you're
effective,
doing
'cause
it.
then
I'm
it's
just kind of
going
feeling
into the
around
stone, it's not
to make
even
sure that I
touching
reduce as much as I possibly want to.
It's not sitting on the skin. On the dead skin.
Like it's more for show than anything.
Basically, I feel like they do that so that you have to come back because they really didn't remove anything.
And
because
that's
they
also a
wasted
trick,
product.
you guys.
Yeah. As you see, I put two and two
Put that one in the
Yeah,
water.
that's what I'm saying, it's
You put that one in
going
the
to the
water. So with the callus removers, the great areas, if they do too much reduction, that actually make your callus come back worse. If they don't leave some there, it'll build up even faster, even thicker, quicker.
Really?
Because your callus is your body's natural reaction to protecting itself.
It's like
Oh,
when you,
like when you
So if you
build
take too much when you
calluses,
chop them off,
it comes back stronger, thicker, faster.
like when you
God.
safe
you get
reduction,
cut.
safe reduction.
Okay.
Okay. So when you get to this point, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my lap towel. I'm gonna cover this because this is wet, and we're gonna brush. Just kidding, y'all. I'm not supposed to be brushing. What am I supposed to be doing? This is not a basic. We're gonna keep it in here though.
Did you apply the callus remover already?
No, that's what I said. Just kidding. Go ahead and take your foot out. Reverse.
She's supposed to
I didn't
be
have
applying
caffeine today.
callus remover.
Supposed to be applying callus remover before we brush because I have to get the callus remover off.
And it's before you put it back in the water, right?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're fine. Alright, so once you finish, what I'm gonna do with the callus remover, we're gonna go ahead and take your bag. Okay, what I'm gonna do is prep them. You can either put them in the drawer. It's totally up to you, whichever way you wanna do it.
For these callus removers tomorrow, for my
So yeah, because you're really doing skin treatment. Okay.
Right.
So
Thank you.
once I finish, I know they came up with a masterpiece. They were doing some combinations over
I
here.
brought
Yeah, a
it
little
All right.
combo.
things and it just went left.
So
That's y'all mix the polish?
No,
no, it's one of the
it's
new
just gel
polishes
polish
with the
chrome.
chrome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that chrome is popping.
So
That's what I said. I brought my
Polish,
chromes
that's
and everybody went crazy. Everybody got chrome toes that day. Literally.
So one lint free is for your other foot, one lint free is for the first foot. So you're gonna dry it just so that you have a little bit more grip. What you're gonna do is use your spatula to dispense your callus remover.
Is that liquidy or is it kind of?
It is a gel.
Oh,
It's
okay.
clear though.
That's what made me
Okay.
worried.
It is still acidic.
It does
Okay.
look like jelly.
It is still acidic, so that means I do not want to get it on what?
Your skin.
My skin, her healthy skin. It is only supposed to go in the areas that you actually want to treat. Okay, so you're gonna dispense it onto your lint free, so that way you can spread it better. You can put it down. It's up to you. Either way, I'm gonna do this because she doesn't have much. Okay, so we're gonna cover. You're gonna use the same spatula to dispense for the other foot. I'm just gonna leave that there.
Are there any like major potential allergens in the callus remover?
Not necessarily. It's mostly gonna be aloe based. The vast majority are aloe. They're gonna use spearmint. This one's particularly is La Palme. It is spearmint. So you see how I just kind of did that and got that on my glove. I need to change my gloves once I finish because it will eat through. All right, you're good, Kimberly.
Okay.
Okay, so on the clinic floor, you guys actually have calf razors. So this will actually be easier for you guys because you don't have to hold and apply.
Nice.
But
I'm
this
gonna
is
race around and
okay.
get the ones from your gynecologist
Oh,
so you don't move.
no God.
What?
So you be sitting there with
Stirrup.
Right,
Yeah.
little stirrups, then you don't go nowhere.
So you see how she still has, I'm just trying to move my other hand out the way so you guys can see on this side too. So you see how she still has a little bit of dead skin. I'm gonna place this here up by her big toe. And I place here where there's white. So you see how I don't quite have enough? I'm gonna wipe some. You're good, Kimberly. Stay
Okay.
still. I'm just gonna.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
So you're taking the others pieces and spreading it around
Yeah.
instead of using
Just places. I can get more, but this is harder application for you guys here because you don't have something to hold because I don't want this to touch your healthy skin, right? And it's on my gloves,
so you can't touch her.
so I can't touch her skin. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna drop the bottom of the bag all the way down. Now you can do this a little bit differently. Now I can let her foot rest. I'm going to twist and tuck. Why?
So
So
keep
it doesn't
it in.
secure it.
Insulate body heat. Okay.
So the body heat helps it
Process
does it
faster.
regulate.
Yep. So that it'll process faster. Now this I'm gonna throw away. I'm actually gonna go ahead and change my gloves now since I have so much on me. Now it will eat through your gloves. Your gloves are not chemical resistant. So that is why I said, nope, I got it on my gloves. I need to change my gloves. If you feel like it's gotten on you, you need to wash your hands and then return back to the service. Okay. Contact time for most callus removers is 3 minutes, but you need to make sure that you read manufacturer instructions because all of them vary. Okay. So just to be safe. Now you also can do old school method, which is like a sandwich bag or a piece of plastic where it is cut and all you do is secure it to those areas of the foot and just smooth it around the foot and that's it. Okay. You guys just use paraffin bag. It's just easier for you guys here. Okay. Instead of trying to stick it to the foot, hold the foot, and do all those other things. Okay. Once you finish, I'm going to go ahead and do her other foot. So because she does have some areas where she does have callus, how long should this stay on?
3 minutes.
3 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and have you take your foot out. That is also why I put less product in the areas where she just had dead skin, so it's not so concentrated and that it won't break down too far. Okay, but in her thicker areas, I want a little bit more product. You're fine, Kimberly.
Okay.
I'm just trying a little more. I'm about to switch towels on a little bit. Okay, so same thing. You see when I went back to dry her foot, you see how I can see here, here. She's got a little bit naturally on the side of her toe. This side is not too bad. It's mostly up here by her big toe, right here, here on her heel, up into this zone. So you see when you dehydrate it enough, you really can see the areas that you need to treat. So here, all the way down, this side of her heel, a little bit here, and a little bit on the side of her big toe. Okay, those are all the placements. Okay,
So
so
you kind of want it to dehydrate a little bit.
if you can't tell where you need to, yes, you should.
Okay.
That's going to be safer for you guys, okay? So when I get done, I'm going to do the same thing again. We really don't need all this callus remover, but remember, everyone is different. So you may get another client where you need a lot of product. So still fill your portion cups like this. You're usually going to use about half of this
On each foot.
on each foot, yes. Now, if you have some people walk on their whole bottom of the foot. Then you're going to have callus all the way down the bottom of the
That's
foot.
like if they're flat-footed or something. Right?
Yes, typically. Now it also depends on where they work because it's repetitive pressure. So if they're
That's
spinning
where I
very
see.
long shifts on their feet, it can be different. And it also depends on their footwear. Cushion, comfort, support are also
Like
going to
if they're
be
wearing a
different
lot of
things.
sandals.
Sandals, friction, any of those things. So same placement. I'm going to do here, bottom. Okay. A lot of times I see people try to spread it with a spatula. Please don't do that. You're going to have it everywhere.
So let me ask you this.
Yes.
If I just end up covering the entire bottom foot, is that still okay?
Yeah.
Just to,
If they
meet
actually
all
have it there,
purposes? No, so
I'm
if
gonna
they,
apply
they
this
don't have
here.
it there, it's going to be...
Because
Well,
you're putting it on
basically-
healthy skin.
Yeah, what happens if it gets on healthy skin? That's
It's
not that bad.
okay. You just don't want to have a lot of product. You only want to place it where you actually need it. So that's why I'm doing this a little bit more controlled. I'll change my gloves again.
Because
But
I
it's
feel
okay.
like the bottom of the foot always has like that time, that thin layer already of dead skin. So if I put it on the entire of the bottom foot, am I...
It's okay. But you see how I have thicker product in certain areas? Like I have it more concentrated where she actually needs it and needs a little bit more reduction.
Gotcha.
But you see like on her areas where I kind of flatten it all the way entirely like that, where it's just a thin coat. Okay,
That's
if
why
you
I
need
put
a
this
lot more, you
reduction.
add more.
So think of it like
Okay.
layers. You're trying to even.
So I'm just gonna add a little bit. We're gonna change these, and then I'm gonna put that other
If
one
you
on.
add it
Put
to
all the
where
whole
it's already.
thing.
This is
Yeah.
why I use chemical resistant, because I don't usually have time for this. This would be okay to stay on the gloves if you went straight into the water, because as soon as it goes into water, what happens with
It
it?
neutralizes.
It neutralizes. But I need to put this bag on.
Think
Okay.
of it like a rock and how it has different textures. Like you want to sand it so it's
All the way
all
even
even.
instead of having like a bottom layer. And then-
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
I'm trying to remove the
Now,
process
what if
instead
she
of
needed
bottom
more
layer.
reduction? What would be my recommendation to her?
Oh,
Series
at home.
pedicure.
Come more
Series
often.
pedicure, at home upgrade. What else?
Come more often.
Come more frequently. So if she was only coming every 2 weeks,
I need to
well,
see it
not
every
every 2 weeks, once a month or 3 weeks, then you would push it closer to 2. Especially for clients who have discomfort once their nails grow out, because everybody's nail growth is going to be different. During the summertime, our nails grow faster, our hands and our feet.
And that's
Okay,
different.
so once we finish, I'm gonna go ahead and do this one. This foot's pretty warm.
Summer specials.
Not summer specials.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take this out. So I want you to go straight to the water.
I might do a pedicure special.
You can go ahead.
But only nail polish. I'm not doing the pedicure.
Yep. So as soon as she hits the water, is it neutralized?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is feels really weird, huh?
Yeah.
It's slimy.
Yeah.
Y'all, texture feeling to your clients, this feels really weird. It's super jelly-like. It's textured. It doesn't feel the best once you hit the bowl. Okay, so just kind of give them forewarning. That way you understand too. Expectations. We're done with this. We're gonna get rid of that as well. Okay, I'm gonna let this one stay on for a little bit longer. But once you finish, this is when you brush, because we're removing pumice stone particles, solvent, and callus remover. Okay. As soon as I put the brush on there, I was like, "There's no callus remover in here." Okay, so those things are important, because for me it's almost muscle memory, but I always have to remember to switch gears. Okay, so once we finish this, the reason why they are staggered this way and the reason why we do callus remover first before you do the scrub is because your scrub is going to hydrate. The particular type of scrub we use is an exfoliant, but it is also for hydration. Okay, so that is also going to help you get any dead skin. Remember, we're treating it right now, because a lot of people are like, why don't you do this first, then go in with the pumice stone? Because you're going to break down more. Your scrub is going to help you do that last little bit, because this is only going to take off a little bit. It's not going to take off a lot. We're not using a blade. It's not going to be a whole bunch of calories coming off. You're not going to see. This is safe
It's
reduction.
reduction.
Yes, this
Not
is reduction.
removal.
It's not going to completely remove anything. If that is your expectation, you have to manage expectations.
Go to the
That is why the conversation is what it is.
They
Okay.
need to change the name from callus removal to callus reduction.
Yeah, reduction. Or
You're
go
like,
to the
this is
chop shop.
misleading.
It's very
Okay,
misleading. False
but
advertising.
if they actually want it gone, that is recommendation for either a dermatologist or podiatrist. If it's feet, it's going to be podiatrist all day.
So if they do go to a dermatologist,
Because they can cut it down.
Okay,
They
that's on the
they
bad.
can
They
shave
will
it
cut
down.
off?
Ooh.
They will usually shave
it's
it down. They
medical.
won't remove all of it because you need safe levels. Okay, but that is why you guys are kind of seeing you're coming into the industry when there's a lot of trends with spas, medical spas. Okay, because it is also something, if you go to a medical spa that has foot treatments, that is something that they will do, where they don't necessarily use a blade, they use callus remover and they use dry tools. It's dry, but they're steaming and also removing without a blade. It looks like a blade, but it's almost like a spatula,
So it's
and they're
safe
scraping off the
removal.
desk. It's still safe. It's in our parameters. That's still SOP.
Okay.
Okay.
You're
Inside.
making me more interested in the medical part that's coming
It
up that
is.
you can
It's,
add
a lot of
on.
people are doing it.
It's
You gotta
I'm
think
thinking
about
about adding
the
on, too.
food and stuff. Food, all that's going down.
Everything.
Food grade. So
You make me want to do it. I'm still debating whether or not I'm gonna do it after this.
Yes, a lot of people have health issues because of it, but
Isn't
we're
there a
in
special
and around.
program if you want
Yeah,
to
that's what I'm
medical?
talking
Okay.
They also offer
They
advanced.
pay for
You have to
the
do
first
advanced
month
first.
or something?
I think they pay for advanced. I have to look and see if the rules are still the same for
Well, I know
25 through good.
Miss Pam had said something about they pay for one part.
It's advanced because you have to. The prereq for medical is
It's
advanced.
advanced.
Okay.
Yeah.
'Cause it's
And you can do it in like
and
2 weeks
then
if you
MSc.
finish it quickly.
Mm.
I'm gonna go ahead and let you put
Because
that.
I know I'm gonna do it in advance.
And it's not that long. It's like 40 hours or something.
That's what I'm saying.
40 hours is your internship for medical. That's it.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I can do that.
Yeah. You can spend like a week. The one they use for the school though is Dr. Spalding. He is in Chattanooga. So it'd be something like I would recommend multiple going at the same time. Y'all arrange it, y'all get a hotel room, and then just make a trip out of it and go for the
Like
week.
Tennessee?
Smart.
Yeah. It's in Tennessee.
Road trip.
It's
Okay.
number 2 hours. 2.5
It's a
hours.
work
All right.
trip.
So once we finish, we're gonna brush her toes off. So we're gonna get the solvent off. Once you get the solvent off, I'm gonna lift your foot up.
And go kayaking and go zip lining.
Y'all making a whole look. Don't let it be a conference, a nail technician conference. Y'all are gonna be out of here.
Right.
Oh my god.
I'm
They
going
gonna send us away. They was like, there's no reason why all y'all should be in here.
I wish they did like a conference just for nails, but like you know
They do have them in Gatlinburg all the time. That's not far.
but a place where you buy like an expensive ticket and they give you a lot of products.
Oh, just give you a.
Yeah.
Yeah, good luck.
Like
You
the
like pay to enter.
Ulta does it. I think they could get away with doing it for nails.
That's because
Our stuff is very expensive.
I was about to say, nail technician stuff is it?
I'm gonna go ahead and have you take both feet out.
Get one free polish.
Right. You get one polish. You pick one D&D
For
polish.
$20.
and get up out of here. No, that's the one free one. One D&D for free and
All
get
right.
up out of here. Don't ask for nothing
So
else.
typically for spa we go knee down, but we're only gonna do hair down just because we're not gonna make her uncomfortable, and we don't want her pants wet when we leave. So we're gonna do here. Typically is here.
I
Down.
like these
Okay.
things too. I'm about to go to City Trend and see if they got
Knee
some
down,
of those.
below the knee down. Okay, so once we finish, you see how the oil has separated from your scrub? Just use your spatula. Go make sure that it's mixed in when you guys use it, because we want her to get all the hydration, because then it's just gonna be running everywhere. So if it is separating, just mix it back in. Half and half scrub on each foot. You only dispense with this. Now this scrub, I will say, because the oil concentration is a lot higher in this one, it tends to be a little bit more liquidy, and that's totally fine. Just use all your product because it's contaminated no matter what. Okay.
So there's sugar, salt, lavender oil, and what else in there?
This is jojoba oil and also mineral oil as well. Okay. So once I finish, I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of these.
The basic
Okay.
pedicure is the ankle down.
Oh, you guys asked me time. So this should take you an hour and a half. I was trying to remember this whole time what Nikki asked me. Hour and a half. We've been talking. So once we finish, I just kind of like to scoop up the scrub and then kind of lift. So that way you can get good exfoliation, so that I can exfoliate with both hands. So what I am doing is kind of exfoliating the skin. Now this is going to be different on every single spa treatment that you do, because every salon is going to be different. You can create your own type of spa that you would like to offer, provide your clients. Oh, I'm sorry, my watch caught you.
That's okay.
You would exfoliate all areas. So I'm going to going back in where she has some callus, exfoliating between her toes. Okay. And also the bottom of her foot. Anywhere that I use my callus treatment, I want to make sure that I kind of rub in until I see that most of my sugar granules, your salt is not going to completely dissolve. So you want to get it till you'll feel the textural difference with your gloves on when it gets to that point. I'm just going back really good and scrubbing her heels as well to make sure that we get all those areas where we treated her callus as well, and any dead skin, so that we can get that off. Once you finish, typically you would do all the way to here. So you're kind of just doing an effleurage as you're doing the leg. Okay, that's the only difference. So once I finish, I'm gonna go ahead and have you put your foot back in the water. This is gonna be done after this, the towel will. So we're gonna do the same thing here.
Are you gonna do the same massage that you do for the dry too? Is it the same massage process?
For basic, it's very similar. We just add friction. You guys remember friction? What's
Yeah,
friction
turn,
motion?
Indian
Like
burn.
Indian burn. Yep. So you're gonna do effleurage. Okay.
And then the basic was like from the ankle down, right?
Ankle down, yes. That's why I said this is like, normally we would go here, but we can't, but it's okay. Because sometimes you're going to have a client that's going to be like that, depending on what they're wearing when they're coming in. A lot of clients come in for relaxation. If they're booking a spa, it's typically relaxation, hydration.
It's
They
kinda
want all the
like
bells and whistles.
The arm.
It's very similar. So I'm just using a little bit more pressure, more so on my palms when I'm going in those areas that I definitely treated with the callus remover, to make sure that we get good reduction in those areas.
It looks like a little pinker.
And it's also going to hydrate. You're gonna see color change when callus is reduced. Okay, so I'm just exfoliating these a little bit along her sides. This actually feels smoother too. Already.
It looks
So once
good.
you finish, okay, I'm gonna put her other foot in the water. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this because this is gonna be covered in scrub, and we're gonna rinse.
Big size is for the dirty towels and what else can
Smaller is paraffin and steam towels.
you? Okay, that's what I said. What else can you put in that part? I couldn't remember what you said.
You're fine. So when you get to this part, you're just gonna use your gloves. You're gonna get water
To get all of it off.
and get everything off. And I'm just kind of feeling to make sure that I feel all those granules off of her leg as well, so that when you finish, you're not rubbing those rough particles all on the skin. Okay, do the same thing on purpose. Now you also can use the water spout when you're on the clinic floor, but if you're gonna go that route, you have to make sure that it's on the correct setting. One, so you don't spray water all over your client or the client sitting near, and two, also make sure that you leave enough room for that as well in temperature.
Pedestal.
This is your pedestal.
Because I was trying to think of the word.
I just
And your
wrote down the
footrest?
same thing. Switch out the towel. Yeah.
On the footrest, yeah. So once you finish, I'm gonna switch this out. I'm just drying my hands off some. I'm gonna have you go ahead and take your feet out.
Okay.
How many towels do you think you would go through?
9.
Oh, it's
9 for this one. Yeah.
Girl, it ain't even
So once I
thought.
finish, I'm just gonna pat her dry, and you're gonna see that her skin is completely hydrated now.
Mm, wow.
Okay. So once I do this, I'm gonna go ahead and apply her. It's you wiggling your toes.
That's the hydration move.
Alrighty. So I'm just kind.
Love the hydration.
I'm just wiping.
I could
Okay.
never do that on my toes.
Now once I finish,
I'm French all the way. You never even play with me. Don't even.
I got
I'll do
chrome
chrome
Nothing
French,
else.
but it's always French. I don't.
I have chrome French
So-
on my toes.
once I finish, top of the foot and leg, you're gonna apply your mask before we get rid of water.
That's a
Okay.
clay
this
mask.
Yeah.
This
the
is clay
original.
based, so it
Right.
is its job is to do what, y'all? What is this mask for? Y'all remember product wise? What else?
Part of it doesn't
Moisturize.
blood flow by making it
The tingling thing.
Improve circulation.
Yes. What else?
It's something with the tingling.
Yeah, that's for the
Detox.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Okay. What else?
That is
Because
what
it's a
mask
skin
is for.
treatment.
That's all I got.
I don't have my cards.
Let me write that down, 'cause
Hydration.
This is all the stuff to sell.
It stimulates the pores to open. Okay. So this is because we're getting ready to hydrate her, which is why she's experiencing what type of sensation?
Tingling.
Tingling, cooling sensation, because it also has eucalyptus and spearmint.
Now because this is
So we're gonna
raw,
do
if her pants
thin.
wasn't all the way down, you would still go up to the knee.
Yes, so depending on the size of the calf, okay? I will say this because y'all don't have really big towels. So sometimes you will have to do smaller ones. So if somebody has a smaller leg, you could go to about here. A wider leg, I would stop about here. And then here is where I would stop if you have someone with really big calf, because you want to make sure that you're stimulating those pores to open. You could go higher once you finish with the massage. However, you want your steam towels to still cover the toes. Okay, so we're focusing on the feet. But it's still skin treatment, but we'll focus on the feet. So I'm just gonna spread this thin all the way up around.
You know that.
And it doesn't go on the toes.
No toes. Why?
Okay.
Why do we not put this on the toes?
So it doesn't get in between.
Polish.
It's like the
Between-
Like if you're doing regular polish,
And
it has
causes
oil
what?
in it.
too
Yeah.
much tingle.
Too much oil concentration if you're gonna go in for
It
gel.
can mess up your
So
polish.
this is why I was saying at this point, when you get to this point, you can wait till you dump your water because you're gonna have to get rid of your pedicure liner and do it all in one motion. Okay. So I'm gonna cover her. Okay. Excuse me, Nikki. I'm gonna dump this water real quick.
And then, okay, so it stimulates the pores, it's a detox. And it still doesn't moisture and there's something else.
Improve circulation.
Thank you.
Why do we still have to wash after we take this pedicure liner out?
Because the pedicure liner is not 100% barrier.
No, it's not. It's not foolproof.
And nobody's safe.
Nobody's safe.
Assuming that everything is dirty.
Oh wait.
Everything and everybody. Not that.
Everything in her.
Dang.
She said
That's your
so.
baseline. You're assuming that everyone
I was about to say she said it.
her safety.
She said assume everybody got something and assume that nothing is clean. That is what she told us.
All right. I'm
It's
gonna
already
change
my thought
again.
process Anyway.
We're gonna
Everyone
do this
has
whole real
something
quick.
and no one will get anything.
Right? No. Then everybody's gonna.
Because anywhere else, everybody was.
That's like that one movie when they was trying to rob the church.
So sometimes you guys will wrap that on like this. If their calf is too big, y'all can't wrap this way. You will have to wrap diagonally. Okay.
What was the diagonal wrap? Oh,
If your calf's too
If their
big.
calf is too big.
gotcha.
What about that?
What's wrong?
You said, what about if cats too big?
You gotta wrap it diagonally.
You wrap differently. So I'm just going back
Selective hearing
tucking.
be something else.
Y'all are hilarious.
Cause he on something else.
He on that feet.
That selective hearing be something else.
So I'm just tucking. I'm pulling back underneath.
Hall for that test.
Mm-hmm. You
Study
need to be
hall.
with some pencil and paper.
Right.
Not pencil and paper. Y'all are strict. Y'all being hard
I
on
told
him,
him
huh?
20 times before he stopped taking that test to get you a paper and a pen and write it down.
Not write it down. I'm gonna do it this way.
We're just trying to help you.
Mm-hmm. We
Men
need to
don't
be
listen.
successful.
Men don't listen, you know.
That one going to. He in a
Not
class
that
with too
one.
many women. He ain't got no choice.
You don't have a choice over here. I'm gonna let you sit like this.
We don't give people choices in this class.
Oh wow.
We make strong suggestions.
Y'all, I got
Anti-choice.
about another week.
No,
Anti-choice.
Y'all got about another week to decide.
No
I gotta
big.
switch to night school because
The moment Nadia's not the newest in the class anymore, it's we don't offer choices. We have strong suggestions.
Your tire shop?
We are
Yeah.
strict around here.
What?
Right.
So you switching to night classes?
yeah, I need that time.
Heck.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Manager.
No, but I'm thinking about
I'm gonna call corporate.
I don't know.
I'm gonna call. I'm gonna write a letter.
I'm gonna write a letter.
It may work like
Mr.
this.
Royal Hampton.
I'm trying to see now because I'm ready to go after this.
In
See how it works if I work overnight. And I'm just gonna take a nap.
It's like one of those tire shops you go to if you get a flat and you need to like repair your tire or something.
Tires.
You need a tire for
Is this for a mobile
Yes,
nail
he
set?
said.
But I'm the reason I'll be
Wait,
24
what?
hours.
I'm so long.
What mobile?
Like a flat tire, but like.
No, he said he has a tire shop.
It's really a tire shop.
Y'all
I was
not
so confused.
listening.
I was like, wait, a mobile tire.
Y'all not
For a nail
listening.
tech.
Cause I was about to tell y'all be not cherries are
That's
low
a
for
good
me.
business
Do
idea.
that jump up.
No, I have so you see this oil under my hands? I was at it yesterday.
Oh, that looks nice.
Training because
The oil looks nice.
Do you know how to change rotors?
Oh.
Never mind. I still got a warranty on my
Yeah. You got nice
Your
nails.
manicure looks
Yeah,
nice.
but I need to get them clean though because I was dealing with tires and I forgot to put gloves on. So now I'm just gonna double up on my
You know,
manicure.
Charles don't like his manicure not to look good.
Right. He said, I'm a man, but I'm a kept man.
Dirty side always inside.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
I'm just trying to fix the towel.
Oh, I'm getting sleepy. What time is it?
Not sleepy.
Girl,
That's a
sleepy.
good business idea though, like a real mobile nail tech.
I
Where
told
if
you
you
that's
break
what I'm gonna do.
one.
Yeah, they can
I
pull
wish you
right
had
up.
cotton
Yeah.
toast
Well,
everything.
yeah. I'm mobile now,
Nail
so
and
I'm
right
looking
now.
forward to it. I want like a whole like school bus
So
like revamp.
I'm gonna get a trailer and do the
Yeah,
inside.
like, I wanna
and
pull
then
up like a little mini
studio.
Beep,
Just
beep.
remember,
Yeah.
like, well, you learn in class, you have to have
So-
like, certain AC units and stuff that
Oh,
are
yeah.
suitable for catching everything.
Alright, so you're at nip,
That's
but
what I'm
she
like,
don't really got
like,
nothing to nip.
Truck,
I'm about
like
to
a
clean this
nail
stuff.
truck.
That's what I said.
Like
I'm
you
getting a
have
trailer.
music and everything. up there.
That's what J-Mac.
Yeah, that's what J-Man does. I want a 6x6
I would
trailer though.
love that. People would pull up.
He about to get funded for his truck.
Cause I'm about to be at every camp out. This is about to be crazy. Yo, cow
I swear to
grow
man, I'll put the
Oh,
whole
that's
60,000.
adorable.
That's what I'm saying. I gotta get in my
Yeah.
trailer so I can hit it on my whole
$100,000
thing.
in it.
That's what I'm thinking. Pull some things.
A little hot pink cowgirl hat.
Yes, ma'am. I already got one.
Of course.
I got
That's
cowboy
cool.
Me,
boots galore.
I got nail tech friends that's dudes, right? We going to Thailand to open
Oh, here we
Oh,
go.
I
Some
like
good
those.
Thailand.
somewhere where they just praise black men.
No, they don't.
They definitely don't do that. You need to go somewhere.
You ain't been to Thailand?
Baby, you ain't listened to the culture very correctly. Yes, they might praise you, but they're not taking you home.
No. I was in the military, baby. I was to Thailand.
I know. I'm saying though. I'm talking about like culture wise.
That was fun. I never.
It was because you was in the military.
It was the military.
No.
It's 'cause
It was the
Yeah.
uniform.
We didn't wear no
It was the uniform, not you.
No, we didn't wear no uniform.
I cannot.
So what you
No,
meant?
I
All
went
black?
off time. Like we just took a trip over
But
there.
they knew who you was.
This black people go over there all the time, man.
They knew you
My
had
girl
that
was stationed at
military.
Oklahoma.
I don't care what you- That in Punta Cana
South
is
Korea,
a
North
different
Korea.
experience with black dudes, man.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah,
You
your
felt so
confidence is
powerful.
The point being is they can't take you home to their parents.
No.
Which step is
But
this
in
technically?
Brazil-
Is this not really technically
We're
a step?
cleaning.
Whole family like,
Huh?
no.
I'm just cleaning underneath.
Okay.
We're about to nip though, you
Hey,
guys.
you bought a whole
Just
family.
man said you buy
I'm
the
supposed to
whole
be focusing.
McDonald's is crazy.
No,
I
Charles. No,
promise.
no, Charles.
This would be like the nip in the
And
bus.
take them to the people.
Yes, I'm getting ready to nip. She doesn't really have a lot to nip. I just want to clean.
It don't even cost
But she has some places on her sidewalls that are digging in her skin, so I'm just going to blend those out real quick. I'm just nipping this.
Oh my gosh, Nikki, you're so great.
I like the cleaning. It's satisfying to me. It's like, have you ever watched those pressure washing videos?
Yeah, kinda.
It's like that. It's like
I did.
when you finish.
In
It's
other
like,
countries gonna be better than being in jail
They
here.
have
Germany.
videos like that.
Yeah.
Like
Depending on-
Yeah, I like those too.
I feel like it depends.
It's like,
You see
yeah.
what happened with Brittany Griner?
Well,
I
who-
Like
can't
they
do
do all
it.
type of stuff. Like
Yeah.
Griner.
Right.
The basketball player.
I don't know who that is.
She
I
said,
can't do like the
All
big
types of
extractions.
stuff.
That's
Yeah.
why I didn't go.
It was a
to
big
that.
story. She like they
Girl, when it comes
found.
to Instagram and
Where
stuff,
was
I
she
don't
when they
care
found
what-
that little
Was it
vape?
Germany?
It was like a vape. No, she was in Russia, but
That's why she's in Russia.
yeah, she
People
was
who
in
don't
Russia.
like us at all.
But
Don't
Right.
feel like you say I don't even like
But
America all
like
the
in
time.
person, I definitely don't like it. This is close enough.
If I had a passport, I'd be gone. But now that I know my
I'm glad
license
I
don't
feel-
transfer
I'm
everywhere,
glad
I don't
wear
know.
glasses.
I was
You
thinking
can only be a nail
tech
tech in Georgia, so you gotta stay in Atlanta.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
24/7
Oh, no.
protection.
Wait, so speaking of, when you, like, if you were to move, you would have to get
Check the regulations of their state.
The state, yeah.
They
for
might let
I'm
you
saying,
just
how would
switch
that-
it, or you might have to like.
You might have to
Retest.
take more classes, you might have to retake.
Sometimes you have to go back. There's only, I think there's
Sometimes
only
you have
one
to
other
do
state
classes
that's
too?
other than us. Yeah. Sometimes you have to go back. Georgia's pretty high though.
That's
Y'all are
good
doing a
for
600-hour
military.
program.
Get paid.
So y'all are
saying, a lot
kind
of
of,
states usually
there's
are
only
less
one, I
than
think there's
us.
only one more state. I'm trying to
Which is
remember.
what,
I
That has
think
more hours than us.
it's not Cali. I'll look it up in a minute. It's only one more state
They have more
that
hours
has
than us.
higher than us. Yeah.
And then if we were to go there, we would have
That
to
I'm
go
aware
more.
of. Yes,
So
you would have to go
everywhere
back to
else would
school
be
as long
good.
as you meet the requirement. Yes, majority of the time, but all states do not recognize. All states do not do reciprocity, meaning they default recognize your license.
Hopefully they do in Texas.
What does that mean?
Some places do, meaning they'll just let you transfer. Some places do not do that.
So
So meaning you either have to test, you would have to do some other stipulation, unless you talk to state board. Majority of the time, I just recommend y'all directly talk to state board.
that's what I'm gonna do before I ever have to do everything all over.
Are there
again.
some places that do the reciprocity?
Yeah, there are. We have a list of states that do reciprocity. You just have to make sure that the state
I
does.
love that list. How can I get that list?
You can look it up.
Okay, because I tend to move out of Georgia again eventually.
I know.
I come.
But as long as you hold your license, majority of the times they just want you to have held your license 1 year, 1 full year practice actively, and then they'll do reciprocity majority of the time. But I always tell y'all to look because every single state y'all all go different places.
Because I think I'm gonna move to Texas next.
Yeah, right.
Because I just had
No.
somebody
Texas
just
got good
finish and go to
taxes,
Florida.
man. Texas, you know what's good
And
about
it's just a
Texas?
different type of
She knows
license. It's a
No
manicurist
taxes on
license.
capital
Damn,
gains.
nails gonna melt
So
off.
you start making money as a
No
nail
money
tech,
on what?
no taxes on capital gains. So like, let's say you start investing in a stock because you're making money as a nail tech. When you get your profit and stuff, no taxes.
Girl,
on
what
your
about
gains.
taxes there?
Yeah, but you gotta pay a big
Taxes are
old-
not a thing. I'm finna go out of the country.
You gotta pay a
Out the way.
big old deductible though.
Me and Texas got
Alright.
our own beef. They know they
Once you
they
finish,
know they
technically
can
we
do
would be at the
Trust me, they
buffet.
got a system for you. where you
Okay.
can
It's
pay.
Alabama.
So once we finish buffing, I'm just
750 hours.
exfoliating.
What?
In
Let me see.
Alabama.
Alabama is one.
750 for the hours there. I think they're the highest.
That's
Seven
crazy.
Yeah,
fifty
there's
for
a lot. I know it's in the
Alabama.
seven.
Alabama.
And Alabama's only this big.
That's what I'm saying. For
I don't
Alabama
even
is
understand why
insane.
that's
I was expecting like some bigger state. Maybe
New
up
York.
north.
And
Yeah.
then with New York, maybe Texas, but Texas has the same.
No, no,
thing.
Alabama. They
So this is also a combination as you
Texas
see
has
that
the
I'm
same
Connecticut,
buffing.
you don't need a license.
I'm buffing in some places
So
where she's not 100% smooth. I'm just exfoliating a little bit more. This is something that I
That's
would
your
add
toes.
in
add in after.
That chrome just looks
where
so
I
good.
went. Like if she was not getting her wet pedicure, I would have used a pedicure file. You could finish with a pedicure file as well for smoother feet at the end. Just to smooth out
like after Paris.
any.
Wait, that's the mini
Yes.
buffer that you're using?
Yeah, I'm just
The
using.
pedicure file. What does
Wait, are
that
you
look
supposed
like?
to use that?
You can use that. Pedicure file is easier, but I'm just smoothing.
Does it
some of
look
the
like
areas
an
where she
acrylic
has
file?
The resistance.
I think
But
it's
see,
one
you
of
see how
those-
this is already
You ever
already
seen
works,
it?
full. Yeah.
And it's like-
So
I didn't
she
know you
better
used
for
it,
her
but
would be a
rubber
file.
has handle.
You could use a file in the foot too.
I think that's
Oh,
what it
She
is.
just
I
only has a
thought
few
I used
areas.
it for a while.
Okay, no, that makes so much more sense.
It's so
You
clean
gotta
and
talk about-
you.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna wipe her feet off real quick.
Yes.
It looks like a piece of sandpaper on it.
Yes.
I know
I
exactly what
think
you're
that's
talking
it.
about.
Once I finish this, we are in hydration phase. I'm just wiping some of this dead skin off.
Talk
that
about the
I
metal file where you just swap the little thing out. The
No,
little
no,
squash
no.
thing.
Like you like the file that looks like it's on a handle. And then
Yeah,
you
it's a
just-
pedicure. You talk about the pedicure.
Yeah.
file.
Right,
That's
the
what
metal
we're
one,
talking
right?
about.
Yeah.
Yeah, a metal one that you peel and stick.
Yeah,
That's
it's
it.
like a pillow. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought you said medical. I was like,
Uh-uh.
I don't know what medical got it, but sure.
So tomorrow
I'm actually I'm gonna exfoliate you just a little with the towel because there is a little bit before we actually massage you.
That's all I'm gonna do.
Oh,
You guys act good.
Yeah,
Where's
I'm
your
gonna do
tour?
my nails.
Hey ladies, how you doing?
Hi,
Good.
how are
I
you?
have Kaylee.
Hey,
She's
Kaylee.
gonna be joining us for nail care in July.
Oh, okay.
So she's really excited. How you doing? I'm good.
Hi.
Good.
How tall
We
are
have
you?
Ebony here. She just started. Okay.
So where's she? I can see her face.
She's right here.
It's the peeking around the corner. Alrighty. Once you finish,
Y'all
So
are.
anyway, she'll be here. You guys just welcome her. Okay.
did you do your nails?
Do you play basketball?
Oh, those are
Those are
nice.
nice.
that's y'all giving her the 30 degree.
Okay.
She did her nails
welcome.
I was just gonna see if she's trying to hit a hooping session. She's tall. I might win.
And now she's subbing her out already.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to
Hi, Mr. Phillip.
Nadia's hilarious.
She's 5'9". And then her sister, her mama, her sister, she tall too.
Mr. Phillip don't love us no more.
Family's tall.
That's kind of
He's in theory. He's got
I wonder
theory.
if
He's
he
got
play
lecture today.
basketball. He look like he play basketball.
Hi.
Hi, Mr. Phillip. How you doing? We missed you.
Yes. I know. You've been gone forever.
You just
Look.
abandoned us.
You're such a new
You
world.
stepping out on us, Mr. Phillip. You
I'm
got
just
a
stepping out. That's why I'm in here. I can listen to anything about nails all day. I used to do that. That's how I learned to watch nails from YouTube.
Me too.
I was, yeah.
That's about
I
everybody.
just started doing it. Yeah.
We all came up.
Started from Walmart. Kiss Kits.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I'm
It was
I did it too during the
$10.
summer.
I'm not gonna lie, that Kiss Kid is an OG.
It came in clutch for
It's an
sure.
OG. I
Yeah.
took the powder
My
from
story a
it.
little different.
Yeah.
Especially their nail glue. That's the OG nail glue. You had that
Oh
on
yeah,
hand.
the pink.
The Kiss.
Mm-hmm.
You were never getting anything off. I was like,
I got something in my
don't
purse.
stick anything.
Yeah, them gems.
I got that one in my purse, and I keep that one on deck.
Just in case a little nail pop off, glue it right back on. It's like a
Oh my
fresh new
goodness.
set.
And my
No.
might
Like,
last you a
no.
couple days before it popped back off.
No, for real. Literally, you can do a lot.
How do you feel about press-on toenails?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Y'all, you need to.
Isn't that worse than acrylic?
Eye contact, y'all. I was asking Miss Savannah.
Oh, Lord.
Oh wow.
It's definitely not a subject.
Okay, but what if you put a gel polish?
Hey, what's up?
after?
with-
You
I'm trying to tell her,
still gotta take it
I ain't
off.
playing no
It's
I
gonna be
know,
like
but
a 2
I'm
weeks.
saying,
It's gonna be
like,
like a full
does it
set.
look
I am
I mean,
not
they look
trying
good.
for
Look good, yeah.
press-on
If you do,
toenails.
yeah,
Actually,
it's just a
I've
polish.
seen some good press-on toenails online. Those
Like for
little
the
French
night.
tips. They be
I
having
know
Not
them.
how
for
they
the
be doing
night.
the press-ons and then they do like the gel polish over it to make it stay. Like I wonder if that looks
Maybe
good
for
in person.
anything.
I feel like it could look good depending on the person's feet. Like
I see
you
it
know,
look
because they're
good.
shaped a certain
shaped
type of way.
specific,
So
yeah.
I feel like
You're an
people,
imposter at that.
yeah. But I would never do that
I'm not-
unless they're like unless they want like
Yeah,
super,
she says
super
it too.
short like
Put
nails.
dreads. You're an imposter at this point. Look, there you go.
Flex forward. So your effleurage on the spa pedicure is all the way up, you guys. When you effleurage, we just have this surface here.
Effleurage.
Yeah.
It's a
And that
massage.
Gliding motion. Okay.
It's our
So once you
transition.
finish, you're gonna come up, do your Achilles, gentle pressure. Gentle.
What?
Effleurage.
3.
It might be.
You're gonna do 2 fingers, so you can rest.
What's the root word? Is what, Afro?
Effleurage.
2, 3.
So it might be.
What's the root word?
Afro.
Afro.
Oh my
I thought
goodness.
you said Afro.
Oh my god.
So,
You do a hairy feet.
so
It's not Aflora.
you're supposed to be on toe rotation, Charles. You
I
over
know.
there.
You know what? I passed school like that by knowing root words. I don't never know.
Well,
no
you definitely
definition.
passed that.
I just get it right.
I'm glad it wasn't a spelling bee.
Afro.
You said Afro. Afro.
You know
Oh my
effleurage.
goodness, y'all.
Effleurage.
My mistake.
There's
I'm
no
a rest.
O. I think it's an A-U. G.
Efflo.
Afro.
E-F-F.
Yeah, it's
It's
effleurage.
EF.
EFL something something.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, look that up.
Leurage.
I am.
Y'all are hilarious.
Hey Siri.
Alright.
Amils.
Fist.
Spell effleurage.
It's with the accent.
Effleurage. That's what she said.
Girl, don't say it like that.
That's what she said. She said effleurage.
No, that's what Siri gonna say.
Yeah, that's
Girl.
what Siri said. Effleurage.
A what?
Effleurage.
Afro.
Y'all need to take a nap.
I told y'all I'm sleepy.
You did say
When
that.
you're sleepy.
Thank you.
In your defense, you did say that.
I
So
did
you're like
say
a
that.
toddler. How they get crazy before they.
Yeah,
you know, I'm just saying.
You
That's
know
how it
what?
be.
Every day I come in
When the
here
toddler
and
get to bouncing around, I was like,
chastise
yeah, you
and
need to go to
criticize
sleep.
and criticize.
Yeah,
Friction.
you and Charles is
I'm just
not-
like-
No, all the way up, friction down. Okay,
I'm not gonna
so it's
take
glide
this
up,
anymore.
friction down. I'm gonna show y'all when y'all do it tomorrow.
I grew up with boys.
Yeah,
Once you finish, you do it 3 times,
overactive.
and then
But when I
And
get
then
home,
pinch
y'all,
for
at 4:30, I crash. I go straight to sleep for a couple hours and I wake back up.
Yeah, that sugar high, the sugar rush. She over here popping
once you finish, you
candies.
pinch, and then you
Oh
feather
yeah, I
off.
was passing
You
out
good.
candy earlier. I missed it. Okay, I keep candy in my face too.
That's
Same
why you're
thing.
crashing out.
It was
That's
some good
lotion.
candy.
Thank you. It was good candy.
What type of lotion is that?
This is La Palm Sweet Lavender Massage Lotion.
It smells nice.
Yeah, it does. Some lavender be.
I want to
Too
do like a
overpowering.
manuka oil, like a honey manuka.
Yeah, it be
That's the
like.
smell I want.
But this is nice. It's delicate.
Yeah, it's actual.
It
actually
gives nail
floral,
salon vibes
though.
for me.
Some
Not
lavender don't
cleaning
be smelling.
product.
Right, like it's not giving fabuloso.
Oh,
Oh, I like that.
What
I like fabuloso, but as far as on your skin,
what's
it's
my
not
choice?
smell like chemicals.
Yeah.
It's
a different
Yeah.
Get on that.
I'm
I
like,
gotta
wait a
get to
minute.
the shop.
Okay. What's wrong, Charles?
What's my cleaning?
Push
Your
back.
duties.
Yeah.
You can go ahead and tag trash.
What y'all want me to do?
You just tag trash, Charles.
Take that trash out, young man.
I did not assign anything.
What's your sign?
Not the
I'm
young
a
man.
Sag.
Oh my God.
What's wrong with
What is
that?
There's nothing wrong with
Oh,
that.
did I do your
There's
ankles?
nothing wrong with it. So
Did I do your
that's-
ankles?
huh?
Did I do your
What is
ankles?
that?
I love Sagittarius.
What is
What
that?
that supposed to mean?
You don't be in your feelings with Sagittarius. You have fun.
What?
Duh.
Right.
Yeah.
But why is that an old man?
Like, why you
Yeah,
said the old?
right.
Like, what was the
No,
reaction for though? Like, what was all
Oh no,
that? for?
because
You're just dramatic.
you
I
dark.
forgot how Pisces.
Dang,
fire
what
sign.
did they
Dark
say
side.
about-
I'm going through war right now with a Sag.
What did they say about
Hey,
Virgos?
Charles.
I'm a little scared.
Virgos?
Yeah.
Virgos?
What did they say about Virgos?
Virgos are
Perfectionist.
perfectionists. Yeah. You
Organized.
got about
That's
45
good. That
seconds,
makes sense.
and then they not interested no more.
You should see my house. I
What,
just threw a bunch of stuff away
Yeah.
because I got overstimulated.
You got 45 seconds. They better
Oh,
be talking about
that's
something.
Charles.
I got
They better be.
overstimulated
They
and started
better
throwing stuff away in
be.
my
And I
house.
was like, there's just too much stuff.
I mean, that's how I am too. But I just,
If I need it that bad, it'll
I
come
just
back
don't
to
be
me.
with
It'll find its way
the
My
back.
dad a Virgo.
secret
Right.
thoughts.
I started
Well,
throwing
not
stuff
even
away.
You want
secret
everything
thoughts.
done his
Stuff
way.
in my living
You
room. I
gotta
said,
be
oh,
done
it
his
was
way.
cluttered. Throw it away.
And if you don't like it, I mean, it might
I
not
throw it in
like
vacuum
it, but
too.
it's for you better.
Had too much oil on my
What happened to the
gloves.
vacuum? It's
It's
outside.
sliding
in the trash.
everywhere. Charles, what's that?
Can we use Nivea lotion?
I mean, yeah, if you wanted to.
Yeah, I love
Is
Nivea.
that what it is?
Yeah. I'm all.
You just have to have your SDS
Are you
sheets for it.
emotional?
What is it?
What?
Your safety
Damn
sheets.
it.
What?
Pisces are emotional.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what.
yeah,
And I'm
my
not
mom's a
saying that
Pisces,
you're
yeah.
like
I'm so
super.
emotional. Everybody's scared of me.
My mom's a Pisces. Y'all are emotional. She stressed me out.
My mom is so dramatic, and she's a Pisces.
She's not dramatic.
No,
She
she's
is
very
dramatic.
No,
dramatic.
she's not.
No, she
Pisces
really
is
is.
Passionate about what she's thinking about.
Dramatic.
She's
Alright, you guys.
very.
Ain't never met the
You
mama.
need to put your feet up for that.
She's very dramatic. I kid you not. She's so dramatic.
Ain't never met the mama. You keep
People
talking
get my
about
bonnet
she's
from off
not
my
dramatic.
dresser.
She sees what's going
You're
on
2 steps
already.
away.
You don't think she know her mom?
Mom,
Definitely send me
so
your
paraffin
people.
is just to lock in all of the oils and
To
stuff. you
seal
already
in all the hydration. Yep. It is your barrier agent. It is also soothing for clients who have any issues with any joint issues. Stimulation, of course, if they have any openings, it's a hard no as well. Okay, you should not be submerging them in. You also have to be mindful because this is a hot product. What do you have to be mindful of?
Temperature.
Temperature, heat sensation. Yes.
So instead of touching on their foot, you touch on your hand first.
I'm just testing to see if it's still pretty hot. If I move it around, it's hot to me, it's going to be hot to them. Yep. So I'm going to test on the top of her foot as well.
You know what this reminds me of? Wow.
And what is it?
That's cool. With,
Because you have to-
the Minister Society with the wax.
Alrighty. So I'm going to do toes.
You would know.
Make sure the bottom of the bag is dropping to the bottom of their foot. Twist, tuck. And then mold. Do not put their foot back up high until you are done.
When we're trying to spice things up.
Is
You know how
that
to push your foot down?
what's his name?
Marlon Wayans.
Uh-huh.
What were you gonna ask me?
Are you from Atlanta?
No, I'm from Florida.
What part?
Jacksonville.
Okay.
I'm gonna go down there and get my
You
weed.
came to Georgia?
Yeah, I moved to Arizona, then I came here.
Ooh, why Arizona?
Don't really know. I guess it was for family purposes. So I don't
It's
really know.
super hot.
Very. I was out there for 5 years.
It's
but
like a oven.
it really is. It was like.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I
That's
drove
okay.
to Arizona. I thought it was on. I thought the forest was on fire.
You can go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's really hot out there.
I remember the first time I went there, I was like, what is this?
And it's like the closer you
I'm gonna have you
I
go
think
through.
I was in
people start
Phoenix.
believing in AC units. Like,
Oh no, we had that AC on it. And I didn't go nowhere, but we had to like walk places. I think we went to my uncle's church or something like that, so we had to walk there. It was
You know, it's very
horrible.
hot. It'd be so hot, you don't know how hot it is, and then you look up and it's 130 degrees.
Right.
yes, no, Arizona.
It don't feel like it's that hot, but it's very hot. Like it's
No,
dry.
no, it's
yes.
crazy. It gets crazy.
It get
in
crazy
Arizona.
out there. People can cook like you can make cookies and
Eggs.
stuff, like
Eggs
make
on the
pizza
ground.
outside.
That's scary.
People tires melt. You can't wear like flip flops during certain seasons because they'll melt.
So you can walk around in that and like you're
I mean, not
your life.
Not happily alive, baby.
You guys are good. I'm just letting her sit. We're gonna get ready to move in a minute.
A furnace is hotter.
If y'all wanna start taking clean up, because it is 3. The last part we have is removal. So usually I leave them down low till it's solidified.
Got my out of Arizona. That's how hot it is. I took my butt
It's
right
very
back to
hot,
England.
no, for real.
That's like the desert. Like,
If you don't like to be hot, it's super hot.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it is a desert.
No,
It is
literally,
a
though you're in the
desert.
desert, like for
You
real.
go the, it's like
Like,
that
you see
bad in the
tumbleweed
winter
and
time.
all.
You can see a mountain lion.
No, my dad had a mountain lion come up on us. Like we lived on a mountain in Phoenix, like where our garage was in the mountains, and a mountain lion. Yes, because they actually live on a mountain. It literally came up while he was like smoking on the back patio, and the guardrail is just metal guardrail. You can stick a hand through it, and it just was staring at him.
Oh, so there's a gate between him and the lion.
Yeah, but it was like a 3-foot gate. Like it wasn't. It definitely could have jumped easily. Yes.
When I had drove through Arizona, there was a mountain
They
lion
got
there
those
on
in
the road.
California too, though.
Yeah, we have wild pigs and
Now, I got
snakes, the
pigs.
scorpions,
Now,
the
scorpions is what scares me.
yeah, especially the ones that you can't see. The ones you gotta use a
clear
black
ones,
light to see.
The whiter ones?
Yeah, the ones
Those
that
are
glow in the
real?
dark. Yeah,
For real.
yes. People get stung by them. They be in your shoes.
Do you die?
You can die from a scorpion bite. Yes, for sure. A scorpion sting. If it's lethal, yes.
Oh, see, and I'm an unlucky person. I'm glad I'm not That'd be over with me.
I think I'm really lucky. I won a Halloween contest when I was in kindergarten,
oh wow.
and yeah,
I am not that lucky.
What was the costume?
I was an angel.
Oh.
I know, right?
It's because it wasn't a
It's because
costume.
it's an angel. They can't say no to an angel.
It's because it wasn't a costume.
Aww.
Wait,
Samaya said it wasn't a
That was
costume.
your friend that just win.
Who? Oh my God, my feet.
That grudge forever.
I'm about to finish the inside.
She only won. She was an angel, man.
Yeah.
They feel so
Nobody says no to an
amazing.
angel.
That looks like it really is just like very
Moisturized.
hydration.
No, but it
Yeah.
really is.
It
I'm
looks
an
like
angel.
I'm gonna let you take your feet back out.
But it really is. You want me to
Go
do
ahead, grab
it?
your towels, okay?
Put my feet up?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
like they just
Well, like in the
see
moisturization.
around
She said we go ahead and start cleaning
So
up.
this is gonna help her absorb all that last little bit and get any last little remnants of paraffin off. That's
It
it.
really is a transformation.
Or you want to grab Nikki? I can. You sure?
Yeah, when she does it. I don't know about the other.
Hey now.
You. will
I'm
be
not talking
fine.
about you.
Get your foot
I'm
over.
talking about the nail shops.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, they don't do nothing. That wax on
It's
be
product.
wax.
It's quality of product too.
It's the
At
quality
the
of
end of the
it.
day,
Really?
do we put our
Yes.
aprons in
All wax is not
the
made the
linen
same.
basket, or do we keep them here? Or how
If you use them, yeah. But if you don't use them, you don't have
everything
to.
is just
I'm gonna get you guys a
glow.
different hamper for them, so we can launder them.
What hamper do you put it in?
I'm gonna get one for you guys.
Because I've left after a pedicure, my feet are even ashier.
That's
This
crazy.
happened.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right.
Like after they dried, I'm like, what the fuck?
Language.
sorry.
Y'all be
Y'all.
cussing.
My goodness.
I'm sorry. What the flip?
What the?
With the fuzz nut?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, too close.
Beyonce?
Oh my gosh. Y'all just getting worse.
Halle Berry.
My mom be saying that now, and I need her to grow up.
It's that TikTok. Remember how she said it was them phones?
Girl.
It be them phones.
Oh, it's
Especially when
over.
Drake did that Nokia song, my mom was like, baby girl.
Baby girl.
Please hush. Stop, please.
Dancing in the club with your homegirls.
Over there staring at
I like how he says baby girl though.
Y'all want to stop there or something?
baby girl.
See girl.
The most corny stuff sound cool.
Oh, he's such a
It's
cool
'cause
person.
You don't like Drake?
It's because it's
I don't like Drake.
Drake.
Y'all don't like Drake?
I don't really like Drake like that. I don't like.
Do you like Kendrick Lamar?
I ain't like Drake since he was in Degrassi in that wheelchair.
Do you like Kendrick
Alrighty,
Lamar?
Kimberly, you are done.
Thank you.
You're
I like a
welcome.
couple of his
They look
older-
great.
I like their old songs.
Yeah, that's what I like.
Like they look very hydrated.
They feel amazing. You want to feel them?
No, but they look great. Okay.
Definitely send me
So
your
paraffin
people.
is just to lock in all of the oils and
To
stuff. you
seal
already
in all the hydration. Yep. It is your barrier agent. It is also soothing for clients who have any issues with any joint issues. Stimulation, of course, if they have any openings, it's a hard no as well. Okay, you should not be submerging them in. You also have to be mindful because this is a hot product. What do you have to be mindful of? Temperature, heat sensation. Yes.
So instead of touching on their foot, you touch on your hand first.
I'm just testing to see if it's still pretty hot. If I move it around, it's hot to me. It's gonna be hot to them. Yep. So I'm gonna test on the top of her foot as well.
You know what this reminds me of? Wow.
And what is it?
That's cool.
With,
Because you have to.
Minister Society with the wax.
Alrighty. So I'm gonna have you toast. Make sure the bottom of the bag is dropping to the bottom of their foot. Twist, tuck, and then mold. Do not put their foot back up high until you are done.
When we were trying to spice things up.
Is that
How do you push your foot down?
Marlon Wayans.
Uh-huh.
Were you finna ask me?
Are you from Atlanta?
No, I'm from Florida.
What part?
Jacksonville. Okay.
I'm gonna go down there and get my
You
weed.
came to Georgia?
Yeah, I moved to Arizona then I came here.
Oh, why Arizona?
Don't really know. I guess it was for family purposes. I don't
It's
really know.
super hot.
Very. I was out there for 5 years.
It's like a oven.
It really is. It was like.
That's okay.
I
That's
drove
okay.
to Arizona. I thought the forest was on fire.
You can go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's really hot out there.
I remember the first time I went there, I was like, what is this?
And it's like the closer you
I'm gonna have you
I
go
think
to.
I was in
people start
Phoenix.
believing in AC units. Like,
Oh no, we had the AC on it, and I didn't go nowhere. But we had to like walk places. I think we went to my uncle's church or something like that. So we had to walk there. It was
You know, it's
horrible.
very hot. It'd be so hot, you don't know how hot it is, and then you look up and it's 130 degrees.
Right.
yes, no, Arizona.
It don't feel like it's that hot, but it's very hot. Like it's dry.
No,
heat,
it's
yes.
crazy. It gets crazy.
It get
in
crazy
Arizona.
out there. People can cook like you can make cookies and
Eggs.
stuff, like make
On the
pizza
ground.
outside.
That's scary.
People tires melt. You can't wear like flip flops during certain seasons because they'll melt.
So you can walk around in that and like be like,
I mean, not.
Not
I mean,
your
yeah.
life.
Not happily alive, baby.
They
Not
probably
happy
You guys are
about it,
good.
but
I'm just letting her sit. We're
it's
gonna get
not
ready to
like you're
move in a
furnace.
minute.
A furnace is hotter.
If you want to
But
start
you guys
taking
don't have
clean
a lot
up,
of taxes,
because
do
it
you?
is 3. The last part we have is
I wouldn't
removal.
want to pay to like that.
So usually I leave them
I
down
don't think it's a
low
lot of taxes.
till it's solidified.
Got my out of Arizona. That's how hot it is. I took my butt
It's
right
very
back to
hot, no,
Inglewood.
for real.
that's like the yeah. It's very, like,
If you don't like to be hot, it's super hot.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it is a desert.
That's
No,
It is
literally,
desert.
like you're in the
Literally.
desert, like for
You
real.
go the, it's
Like
like,
you see
that in the
tumbleweed
winter
and
time.
all.
You can see a mountain
lion.
lion.
No, my dad had a mountain lion come up on us. Like we
Yeah.
lived on a mountain in Phoenix, like where our
Mountain
garage was in the
A mountain lion
mountains,
had
and
got
a
hit by a car
mountain
and all
lion,
that.
yes, because we actually lived on a mountain. It literally came up while he was like smoking on the back patio, and the guardrail is just metal guardrail. You can stick a hand through it, and it
That's
just
what I'm saying.
was
That's
staring
what
at
it
him.
was.
Oh, so there's a gate between him and the lion.
No.
Yeah, but it could have. It was
It
like
could've
a
jumped
3-foot gate. Like it
That's
wasn't.
so
It
fine.
definitely could have jumped
Yes,
that's
easily.
too much.
Yes.
When I had drove through Arizona, there was a mountain
They
lion
got
down
those
the
in
side of
California too, though.
Yeah, then we have wild pigs and
Now, I got
snakes,
pigs.
the
pigs and
scorpions,
stuff, all that. Now,
the
scorpions is what scares me.
yeah, especially the ones that you can't see. The ones you gotta use a
The clear
black
ones,
light to see.
The whiter ones?
Yeah, the ones
Those
that
are
glow in the
real?
dark. Yeah,
For
Oh, my
real.
God.
yes. People get stung by them. They be in your shoes.
Do you die?
You can die from a scorpion bite. Yes, for sure. I saw this thing.
Aw.
If it's lethal, yes.
Oh, see, and I'm an unlucky person. I'm glad I'm not living there. That'd be over with me.
I think I'm really lucky. I won a Halloween contest when I was in kindergarten,
Oh wow.
and yeah,
I am not that lucky.
What was the costume?
I was an angel.
Oh.
I know, right?
It's because it wasn't a
It's
costume.
an angel. They can't say no to an angel.
It's because it wasn't a costume.
Aww. Samaya said it wasn't a
That was
problem.
your friend that didn't win.
Who? Oh my God, my feet.
That grudge forever.
I'm about to finish these out.
She only won. She was the angel, man.
They feel so
Nobody says no to an
amazing.
angel.
That looks like it really is just like very
Moisturized.
hydration.
No, but it really is.
Combination.
I'm an angel here.
I'm gonna let you take your feet back out.
But it really is. You want me to
Okay,
what?
grab your towels, okay?
Put my feet up?
You can get them. Don't worry about it.
Like they just
Well,
lock
no,
in the
she
moisturization.
said we go ahead and start cleaning
So
up.
this is gonna
Oh,
help her
okay.
absorb all that last little bit and get any last little remnants of paraffin off. That's
It
it.
really is a transformation.
Or you want to grab Nikki? I can get them. You sure?
Yeah, when she does it. I don't know about the other.
Hey now.
You.
I'm not talking about you.
Get your foot over.
I'm talking about the nail shops.
Oh, okay, okay.
Oh yeah, they don't do nothing. That wax only
It's
be
products.
wax.
It's quality of product too.
It's the quality of product.
Really?
Do we put our
Yes.
aprons in
All wax is not
the
made the
linen
same.
basket, or do we keep them here, or how
If you use them, yeah. But if you don't
Like,
use them, you don't have
everything
to.
is just
I'm gonna get you guys a
glowing.
different hamper for them, so we can launder them.
What hamper do you put it in?
I'm gonna get one for you guys.
Because I've left after a pedicure and my feet are even ashier.
That's
It's
crazy.
happened.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right.
Like after they dried, I'm like, what the fuck?
Language.
sorry.
Y'all be
Y'all.
cussing.
My goodness.
I'm sorry. What the flip?
What the
with the fuzz nut?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, too close.
Beyonce?
Oh my gosh. Y'all just getting worse.
Halle Berry?
My mom be saying that now, and I need her to grow up.
It's that TikTok. Remember how she said it was them phones?
Girl.
It be them phones.
Oh, it's
Especially when
over.
Drake did that Nokia song, my mom was like, baby girl.
Baby girl.
Please hush. This is different. Stop, please.
I'm dancing in the club with your homegirls.
Over there staring.
I like how he says baby girl though.
Y'all want to stop and order something?
Baby girl.
See, girl.
The most corniest stuff sound cool.
Oh, he's such a
It's 'cause
You don't like Drake?
It's because it's Drake.
Y'all don't like Drake?
I don't really like Drake like that. I don't lie.
Do you like Kendrick Lamar?
I ain't like Drake since he was in Degrassi in that wheelchair.
Do you like Kendrick
Alrighty,
Lamar?
Kimberly, you are done.
Thank you.
You're
I like a
welcome.
couple of his
They look
older-
great.
I like their old songs.
Yeah, that's what I like.
Like they look very hydrated.
They feel amazing. You want to feel them?
No, but they
Oh.
look great.